Hello, Michael. Hello, Trevor. Yeah. Okay. Oof. I was not on all day yesterday. I didn't log in once into Redline. I have a lot of stuff. My gosh. Hi, Michael. Hi, Robert. I got a lot catching up. Honestly, I don't think it was as bad. I might have missed some of the restaurants might have missed me, but hi, Neil. Yep. But I didn't even look to see what's open. Little Bob calling means the restaurant needed food. That I know. Okay, just mechanics are open then. Okay, so I got 4-wheel drive on the Panto because the bottom kept getting stuck, the 2 wheels in the bottom. It kept getting falling through the map and then they'd get stuck and then the car would get stuck. So I had to put 4-wheel drive on it. So I've spent more on this car than it costs. I don't really have a plan for today because, I mean, even yesterday with not even playing at all, I still have nothing really to do. Let me go clock in though. And there's only, I think, 7 people in the city right now. But I'll be honest, I enjoy talking to y'all a lot more. But I've been up for a while. The internet got fixed, I think, like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And by that time, I was already doing something. Or, yep, I can get kidnapped. Yep, true. Now, if anybody asks where I was, I'm going to tell them the truth. I had a lifelong map. I needed a break. I took a vacation. Now, I don't want to say vacation because they might get the wrong idea. So I got told about the person impersonating me. Let me put it this way. I didn't get told who it was, but the police informed me. Ryu and Franks had a talk with me right there, right across from the Legion. That's where the car tire gets stuck. So if I don't have 4-wheel drive, the car just sits there, immobilized. But Franks and Ryu told me the situation, told me they told the person not to do it. Again, and if they do it again, I said I'm going to sue them for identity theft. Yeah, well, a lot of them are coming back, which is great. A lot of the older people that, because the grind is real, right? Like, I'll be honest with you, one of the developers sent out a questionnaire to a few people about what problems they're having. You know, like what do you see is wrong with the server? What do you see? The only thing I had a problem with, the only thing that really still have a problem with is the skill tree. That's it. Everything else I can complain and gripe about is my own doing. Right? It's my own doing. I get burnt out on coal. I got burnt out on fishing. These are not complaints about the server. I just get burnt out doing. That's the problem. It's not so much that, oh, getting coal takes too long or making glass. Hey, JB. It's not so much that, oh, it takes too much to make glass or blah, blah, blah. It's the fact that I do it so much that I just don't want to do it at all. And that's the problem right now, is that all the foundries have run through everyone to get coal. That none of us want to do it. Like Tommy and Bucket are having to get coal because nobody's willing to do it. So maybe they said there was a farm they added in the foundries. Maybe it's coal farm. I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody today. Oh, I did not do what I wanted to do yesterday, so we're going to do it today. I was going to do it off stream. Basically, I was going to make it to where when y'all caught me coming in the city, y'all see what I did. It's not something new, but it's something I haven't done in a while, and y'all liked it. Y'all thought it was neat. So did the city. People in the city thought it was good. But I do need to go check the farm. I don't know why, honestly. Nothing's changed since I left. I will be, I'm honest with y'all. I try to be. When I was able to come back on last night, I played Ark. I built a base. I forgot how much I liked building. I'll be honest with y'all, it's a crappy little house. Because I've forgotten all of my building skills there, like how to make angles and everything. I forgot. I'm gonna have to relearn. But it's just, you gotta start somewhere. Okay. Everything, I guess I'm coming to see the trade market. That's really what I'm coming. Plus, I haven't been here, so I need to check. 176. Somebody bought something. Because it was even 170. Yeah, somebody bought something. I don't know what they bought, but they bought something. Yeah, I have no alcohol made, but I can make 100. All right. I have a feeling that I'm going to get a big order from Bob today if I stay in. Yeah, 148 coal. So that's good. Futuristic electrical time. They have those now. Come on. Oh, I locked it. Okay. That's what happened. I don't want to like start playing other games while streaming because I know y'all all love Redline. But you'll notice that every single Redline streamer, eventually, every one of them will say, well, I want to take my channel into playing other games as well. Which is only logical because the burnout is real. You know, if I was about to say something really dumb there. Let me not say what I was about to say. What I was going to say is I could be doing this in real life, but you know what? There's no way I could be doing this. I couldn't be a farming lawyer in real life. The two jobs would be way too demanding. I need to go check the inbox. I should have did that when I signed in because I need to see if the subpoena has been granted or Bucket's case. I need to see. I still haven't watched the video Kelly sent me for her case. I need to sit down and watch that. It's just been a couple of days. So after stream today, I'm probably gonna. Oh, I'm gonna ask Michael and Robert. I know y'all are both here. I turned off the. I lessened the restrictions for the language bot. I still want F and S words. I still want those not allowed as much. But you know, people were getting censored for words that aren't really that bad. So I had to lessen it. I took away the warning message, like it's not going to tell you refrain from doing it. No, I want to put the bike up. I do not want to lock. What's going on? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm pushing buttons way too fast. I'm thinking about other little emotes to add, but like my brain isn't braining. Let me put it that way. Yesterday, it was just a weird day. It really was. I can survive perfectly fine. I have books on my phone that I downloaded so I can read, and I read a good bit of them. But With no internet, you can't really watch TV. You can watch regular TV, but I mean, regular TV, there's a reason we all started watching streaming services. I watched The Price is Right. Or is that The Price is Right. I watched it for the first time in years. You know what? I like driving this. I don't know what it is about everybody. I have gotten such a reaction from this car, way bigger than the other one. In fact, I was thinking about selling the other one and just keeping this one, but I probably won't. Yeah, well, it's game shows and talk shows now. Like, I was flipping around and, who was it? 20 words or less, and then you got Steve Wilkos and someone else, and I'm just like, they still have these shows. People still watch these. But so I read a lot and I took a nap and I don't know, just exactly. There's a reason it's not the same without Bob. Was Bob on yesterday? I thought I saw him straight. Oh, he was playing something else. Whoa, dude. Just pulled right in front of me. All right, we're going to go do, we got two things to do. I got a compliment on this outfit the other day. Okay, so it's just that one. What is untitled case? Oh, that's the bucket case, which might honestly be thrown out if Snowy filed the case. Because Bucket said he would talk to Snowy, so if Snowy filed it, then, mine will get thrown out. Oh, Bob Barker, yeah. Well, I like Drew Carey. I've always thought he was a fun guy. But, yeah, the price is wrong, Bob. God, my brother made me watch that movie so many times. He loved Happy Gilmore. He didn't like Billy Madison. He was okay, but Happy Gilmore was his thing. And then he says he won't watch number 2. He said the second one just looks horrible. I said, you might give it a chance. It might be good. All right, let's go take care of this real quickly. Are you gonna go? Yep, you're gonna go. This car takes corners extremely well. Way better than it should. All right, let's go. 2 days. Nope, pushing the wrong thing again. All right, I know exactly what hairstyle I'm getting. Ooh. I was hoping they would add. I want to use this one day. I like the extremely long. I was hoping they'd add new hairstyles eventually. All right, let's see. It must have been before the one I had. Um. Ah. Okay, I'm in vanilla hairstyles now. I don't want vanilla hairstyle. There we go, everyone. Yep, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. All right. Honestly, I think the pants I was wearing before make a better pants for this outfit. Take this one out and this one out. Oh, let's see. We're going to take the pants out of this one. Pants. Okay. And we're going to take the pants out of this one. these pants in. Now put these pants into this one. No, this one goes down here. Yep, the flower child book. Y'all seemed to like the afro the last time I did it. I know the feeling. Yeah, the YouTube. Unfortunately, I started going down rabbit holes on YouTube. I need to stop that. I need to go back to watching the other streaming services. Because a lot of the suggestions you get are negativity content. And it's like I get enough of that in real life. I come to watch YouTube and TV and all that for the fakeness, you know, to escape. But now it's like we saw 3 years ago you watched a video on this, so now 100 comments about this horrible thing that happened we think you love. It's like, no. And then when you tell them I don't want that content, it's like they just go, oh, you want more. So I really need to stop watching YouTube. Yep. Well, I mean, I have the backstory for it too, so that worked. I stuck my hand up. No, the aliens probed me with an electric shock this time. Something like that. You know, the alien thing, it's gonna happen eventually. They're gonna use the aliens in Redline again. And I won't look like I'm crazy. Oh, I need to, oh, shoot, food and drink. I'm not even paying attention. And it's funny too, because in art, that's the #1 thing I watch is my food and drink. Like I pay particularly close attention to it. But here, it's like, nah. I'm surprised somebody hasn't set this on fire yet. There's a train going down the road, and like he just said, the guy loves blowing a train horn. I would too, though. If I can get back there, I'd be on that train horn too. So I don't think they fixed the chessboard yet. We tried using it, me and Elite, and both of them, neither of them worked. What is this? Oh. Okay. Happy Gilmore 2 is a good sequel. It's just a little different. I don't know if I would watch it, but I might. With the amount of people I follow on Redline and then others on YouTube putting videos out, yeah. Well, if they recommended me content like this, like Redline, yes. But they don't. Like they recommend me horrible news stories and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about any of that. I don't mind people changing out in the open. You see that most of the time, if it's like right now, I'll do it. But if I know others could be around, then I do try to go hide. You know, I do. But like, what was it? I'm trying to think of there's a story. And my partner watched it. My partner watched it on my phone yesterday, and now this morning, it's like all they're doing is recommending me this one person's thing, all of his videos, and it's all just negative stuff, and I'm just like, no. You know, show me videos of babies laughing and puppies running around. I'll watch those all day. You know, kids falling off their bikes. I don't give a fuck about your kid. That's a joke, by the way. That is a joke. They have a comedy bit where the guy's like, morning, Carmine. They have a comedy bit where the guy's like, show me a video of puppies running up to babies. You know, I'll laugh at that. That's funny. He goes, kids falling off of bikes. That's funny. It's not my kid. So whenever I think about the puppies and all that, I think about that video. All right, yep, y'all liked the afro, so I figured I'd bring it back. I want to go check the pants, though. I want to see if I can get them in another color, like a lighter color, maybe. I'll be honest with you, I've been driving this thing all over. I'm putting premium in it. People like this car. It's the absurdity of it. That's why they liked it, because it's different. I did. I did. I told him not to suggest content from that person. And then I closed the app, went and did something else. And then when I turned on to start streaming, his stuff was still all over it. So it might take a minute, I guess. But I like looking at the weird news. Like, bees are missing or something. Not things that the world events, I can't change those. Ooh, okay, they have a white version. I like that one too. I think I'll get the white pants version. Ooh, they got stars. It's not really that different. I mean, well, hold on. Before I do that, let me check. Ooh, that's better. The tie-dye is better. We're gonna go with the tie-dye. I probably saw this one and didn't go to this one and was like, ooh. So you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Why not? I'll change the white pants. The shoes I can keep the same. Oh, I need to buy a pants. I probably spent more on clothes and gas than anything in this server. All right. See, like right here, I understand. So what I do is I go back here to change. Somebody might run in the men's hall. So I'll go back here and change. Okay, the pants. Swap out. And then the arms, torso. What am I missing? Oh, the glasses. Why did the glasses go out? Take it off, put it back on. There we go. Yeah, it might take a while, but oh, have y'all seen like one of the funniest videos? Y'all go look this up later. Remember this or come back to it or even open up another window. They now have AI videos of dogs getting pulled over in cars. And it is some of the funniest videos. Like the cop will pull up and go, "What's up, dog?" And then the dog will like roll the window down, look at the cop, shake his head no, and then start driving off. It's some of the funniest videos. Just how funny it is. But I can watch those. Those are funny. I know there's no oil. I'm not even checking. Uh, Harry, they announced yesterday that Harry's oil project might start. So now that it's been put in the city emails, Aria can ask him about it. Because I do want to buy one of those. Unfortunately, that would mean going to the mine and getting 1,000 coal, or however much. If it's going to cost $2 million, I would need 4,000 bottles of alcohol. Because I have a feeling those are going to be bought up very quickly. I know that joke, Michael. I'm going to give it to you, though. What's an up, dog? What's up, dog? Yep, I'll give it to you. I'll go for the low-hanging fruit today. I wasn't here yesterday. What's up, dog? What's up with you? Aw, look at my bumper. Look at my bumper. The only thing I've had, people don't like the color on this car. And I'm like, I don't mind it. Yellow and red? I don't mind it at all. Oh, it cannot handle dirt roads. It cannot handle off-road at all. You need to check this. Yeah. I saw it from, was it Office or Scrubs where I originally saw that? I'm not sure. I ate, but I didn't drink. Okay, so I have plenty of batteries and I got over 1,000 oil, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 526 rocks. So I have basically 526 glass. Which would be 526 bottles, which is 250K. Ah. I kinda, let's boss this receipt. This was the receipt for the Panto. I don't need it. But it's just like if you're in the city, Carmine can tell everyone this. There comes a time when you keep doing something so much that it just annoys you to do it. Like you have to do it, but it just seems so annoying to do it. And right now that's mining with me. Unfortunately, oh, I already have premium. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to do it because that's my main source of income. Yeah, I know they did it in Office. They done it in a couple of shows. I will be honest though, I'm not like I didn't sign in yesterday, right? Um I got too much going on the law side to not sign in. Like if it was just if I wasn't a lawyer and I was just farming, I know what I'm missing. Something is missing and I know now what it is. There we go. But if I was just it's one of my favorite comedy shows with Scrubs. It had like even the serious episodes were good. Like, when it dealt with the serious topics, it dealt with them in such a way that it was good. It wasn't hammy. But if I wasn't a lawyer, then I might could take a couple of days off of Redline. But I have, a case I'm helping with and then possibly a case of my own. So I kind of have to be. But it is what it is. Like, I'm honestly with y'all. I'm about to go do the one thing I don't want to do. But I have to do it. So it's not like, see, you see how the wheels are going down in the ground? If I didn't have the all-wheel drive, I'd be stuck right there. The wheels would spin in the back and I wouldn't be able to move. So I had to get either front wheel or all wheel, so I chose for all wheel. But, dude, all the wheels burn out now? No, it's still front wheel drive. Wait a minute. That still looks like it's rear wheel drive. Is the Los Santos Customs open? Or was it Roxwood and Sandy? Roxwood. Okay. I'm gonna take a car for Roxwood, and I'm gonna see if it's got four-wheel drive on it. Because the tires in the front aren't spinning when I stop. See, it's just straight rear. I don't know if the front ones spin though. Would it just be like a mod put on the car? Or would they spin? Damn, I threw the receipt away too. Well, no, they know I did it. I'd have to be there when Robert was there, because Robert was there. RB, he's back in the city now, which is a good thing. I'm looking forward to I am too, but I'll be honest, what was it? I was watching was it Ralph for a while last night? And he didn't apologize to Franks, but like yeah, he got tased out the car, and I was sitting in my chair going, Ralph, you're not gonna win this. Body cam or not, you're not gonna win this. If I could have, I would have been a lawyer, but I'd have told him the same thing. I'd have been like, there's no case here. I watched French for a few minutes. I usually don't watch French much anymore. And it's not because he's not entertaining. It's just like let's see. There's one guy here. Should I run him over?
How don't you
Hello?
bring it with not wheels?
What?
There's no wheels on this.
Yeah, there is. It's three-wheeler. I need to know if this has all-wheel drive on it.
Okay, let me check.
Because the front wheels don't spin when I stop.
Oh, makes sense. It has all-wheel drive.
Okay, well, the tires don't spin in the front, so I just wanted to make sure.
What do you mean they don't spin in the front?
Watch, I'll get in.
Yeah, when they do have an all-wheel drive, it tends to spin in the back, I think.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure.
Only the back one spins in all-wheel drive.
Alright, well, thank you very much. I just needed to know. I spent a lot of money to do it.
Yeah,
Alright, have a good day.
Looks like it. Yeah, welcome,
Yep.
day. Yeah.
Bye. Okay. I get more comments on this car than I do on the Rhapsody. But the bucket case, it depends now. I'll tell you. If I get the body cam and Frank's or I don't know if it was Frank's. Yeah, I think it was Frank's. If Frank's admits on body cam that he had no probable cause, I'm going to move for the whole entire thing to be done with. Because everything after when he caused, then anything that happened shouldn't have happened. So, like, if they're like, oh, well, he had this on him, he had that on him, I'm going to be like, well, you admitted to having no probable cause, so now it becomes an illegal search and seizure. Now it becomes an illegal, overstepping. But I did hear, the reason I'm saying that is Franks was right last night when he said that basically they have to do everything so careful right now because everyone just sees the police as lawsuits. Especially when they take the L. Especially when those criminals take the L, they look for any reason to try to sue, and it's like it's not going to work. But if Franks admitted that he had no probable cause, then 100% I'm just going to be like, then everything that occurred from here to, then Bucket wins. Basically, if Franks is admitting he had no probable cause, Bucket wins. Because if you have no probable cause to arrest someone and you arrest them, that's false imprisonment. And then, when the case is over, when it's found out that all these charges or whatever's going on, afterwards, I'm going to tell Bucket, you need to now sue for false imprisonment. Because that charge should be like a punitive fine of the officer. That should be like $100K fine if an officer falsely imprisons someone. Well, Franks, I'll be honest with y'all, Franks is a very good cop, but he does take it seriously. He takes it very seriously. And, ooh, there's a truck. I didn't see it going. Alright, nobody here? I was halfway expecting Bucket to be here, to be honest. I kind of wonder what missing farm they added to the foundry. I used to be able to see, but if they added a coal farm, then that's a really good income stream. If they added a rock and a coal farm, I might just buy them from them. Like, I'll take like a couple of thousand coal ore, Because I can make it myself. I can refine it. I don't know, that would eat into my profits too much. I probably still would get it. I'm only going for a few minutes here. It's just like, I can do it. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Maximum security for a misdemeanor? Why? Why? That's like a gross dereliction of duty. Now, I will say this, though. The one thing Elite did have on Frank's last night was that Frank said, I'm not being bothered with this, and then tased him. That right there, that's not how it works. But it's not a law, right? That's not law. Okay? That's fail RP. That could be hit for fail RP. When you say, I'm not going to do this, and you just disregard all safety. It doesn't matter if you're having a bad day. You know, if you're a lawyer, if you're a cop, you still have to follow rules. Well, if Fox is the one, whole farms are rendered mining useless. No, not really, because you do have some people like me who don't want to pay. If I can do it myself, I'll do it myself. I'm a self-made person in Redline. You know, I bought my farm by myself. I've done my farm by myself. I don't, you know, like, I don't need other partners in it to do it. But it would make it easier. It would make it easier for the foundries to start making a profit. The thing is, I still think, even with the CNC machines, okay, even with the CNC machines, I still think that the foundries should be able to make bolts and screws and microchips, you know, stuff like that. Well, maybe not microchips, but, you know, like that kind of stuff. Things they can make, I think they should still be. Because not everyone has a CNC or access to it. And I'm hoping I'm on when Harry gets on. Because I got 2 things to propose to him. I need to talk to... I don't need to talk to Murphy. I need to talk to, like, CJ or Rodney. I'll still talk to Rodney about judge questions. You know? I want to ask him about the notary. Like, I'm a lawyer. So... can I be a notary as well and charge people like $1,000 to make contracts? You know, something, a little side hustle. You know, if you're going to sell a car, you know, come see the notary, have it signed. You know, the guy buying the car has to spend an extra $1,000. Give him a bill or receipt. If they want to go that route, you know. Yeah, Fox is the one who set them out a month, fine, and put him. Okay, well, then Fox would be the one. Then, you know, see, then he hasn't. Then now, see, knowing that, if I see that, yes, 100%, Kosh. 100%. The foundries at first were able to make money because people needed iron plates, they needed copper plates, they needed, but no one. Hatchie, I think, went into copper and silver. Ralph, of course, went the jewelry route. Which, if done right, I think the jewelry could make money with the foundry, if done right. But I never really, was part of that aspect. But the foundries, yeah, they should be able to produce, yeah, exactly. Something that wasn't very popular, I was going to suggest, when alcohol first started, and I didn't, I'm glad I didn't, but it would have been very unpopular, is that the foundries would have had to make the bottles. That way we'd have had to bring the glass to them, for them to make the bottle. But, I don't know, that in hindsight, if, you know, like, we trying to make alcohol and there's no foundry people in the city, you know, we can't do it. But it would make more sense for a foundry to make glass than a farm. You see what I mean? It makes more sense to me. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. No, I did. Okay. Huh. Okay. It doesn't take long to do this. Like, scrap metal. Here's the thing. Like, you can open up scrap metal now and it gives you stuff, which, okay. But originally, when it couldn't, you should have been able to take that down to the farm. And, not farm, the foundry. And then you could choose. Is it a piece of copper? Is it a piece of steel? Is it a piece of iron? And you could have took and made Scrap metal, you could have made all kind of different materials from. I thought that. Now I think it gives you iron. I think the car parts give you iron. The scrap metal, the car parts give you copper. The scrap metal gives you iron. And there's another one you can open to get metal from, but I'm not sure what it is. Lithium from the batteries. That's it. But the scrap metal, I thought, you know, it would have been nice to take that down to the foundry. Like, say you have 10 pieces of scrap metal. You could turn those 10 pieces of scrap metal into, like, one iron plate, one copper plate. You know, because they're easy to get. Scrap metal's easy to get. But it would have made everyone have to go to the foundries to get the metal. And then the metal would have been, you know, they would have made money doing it that way. It's just thoughts that I've had. But they you know, now you just use scrap metal, right? You just use it now and you can get iron. I was gonna play Stellar Blade, I will be honest with y'all. But then I remembered I rage quitted over that boss, and I really just don't feel like being ragey today. They should have set the default production over. Yes, that I agree with you. There should be, like, there should have been illegal ways to get the materials you need, but it should have been a lot easier to just go to the foundry. Like, in all honesty, these should exist, right? But we shouldn't be able to buy them. We shouldn't be able to own our own drills. And that should have been, you either come to the quarry and spend your time in the open, or you go to the foundry and buy it. You know, that way, because a lot in the beginning, no one used these drills. Because people would be stealing from them. Now, I can use them freely. I'll put 50 minutes worth of something in and leave. I have no problem with coming back and getting it. But we shouldn't have been able to buy the drills or the refineries. And it should have been you had to go through the foundry to do it. I know it did. It's been greenlit for a while. The problem was Sony owns Stellar Blade. They did. Shift Up was the studio that made it, and they partnered with Sony. Well, they've been trying to get away from Sony, and they just did. So probably Stellar Blade 2 will probably be a not console exclusive. Well, is it console exclusive if it's on Steam? You know, they never released on Xbox. But I'll tell you this, look, I know that I originally thought what everybody else thought, that Stellar Blade was going to be like a fan service game, because we've seen the model. And then I played the demo and I actually liked how the combat worked. Well, you know, on PlayStation, you can't mod nothing. So when it came to PC, you cannot imagine all the not safe for work mods I've seen for that game now. Like, Gooners, I love Stellar Blade. The mods for that alone. Jiggles. Yeah, jiggle physics is real. You know what, though? If you had those things, it would jiggle. I'm trying to remember, somebody once said, I can't remember who, men like breasts because they don't have them. And if y'all did have them, y'all would just stand in front of the mirror for like a day. I remember somebody saying that, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing, because the person I was with was like, he's 100% correct. But you could thank Dead or Alive, right? You could thank Dead or Alive for jiggle physics. They had it before, but it wasn't when that came out. All of a sudden, and they made so much money from it, from that community, that it got added into everything. If it's on Steam, it's not console exclusive. Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't see why Xbox is still a thing. Like the Steam box, or whatever they want to call it, that's what Microsoft should just do. And you should just run it off of Steam. Give Epic Games, you know, let them be able to download from Steam and Epic Games. Because the Xbox, I don't understand its purpose anymore. With Microsoft, you know, I don't get the purpose of it with Steam. Doesn't Google own Steam or doesn't Microsoft own Steam? I thought they did. They might not. But Xbox, from what I understand and from what I've seen lately, because I had to log back into the PS5 to get the Ark worlds, the worlds we were on. And now I'm getting, like, things from PlayStation. And, it's not, yeah, PlayStation funded it, yeah. They're doing the same thing for the GTA 6. Oh, Steam is owned by Valve. Oh, okay. But, GTA 6 is gonna be on the consoles for, like, I think it's 6 months to a year. I've heard different stories ranging from that. So everyone in Redline's like, oh, I have to go buy a PlayStation. Because apparently the PS Pro is the only system that will be able to run it in 60 frames per second. The Xbox won't be able to do it. It's going to be choppy and laggy on the older system. So, well, that's what they're going for, next gen of consoles. Yeah, well, I mean, they're already like, Sony could have destroyed PC and Xbox if they wouldn't be so stringent on their rules. Like, you can't mod anything. You can't have adult content. You can't do this. You can't do that. And honestly, I'll still say it. People might not agree with me, but Nintendo is probably the best game maker right now. Nintendo's system is probably the best, but that's because they keep, like, a very close eye and watchful eye on it. They don't let a bunch of bloatware. Like, if I had to go to the PlayStation Store to download certain things for Ark, because there's updates, and there's so much just dumb stuff. And then you go to Steam, and, like, actually, I wanted to buy a game off of Steam. They have Split Fiction on sale, and I've wanted to play that, but I don't have someone I want to play it with. I'd need to get... My partner's computer could not handle that game. If it can't handle Grand Theft Auto Legacy, then it's not going to handle a new game. But Ark has a colony expansion pass, like Lost expansion, something like that. You get a lot of stuff with it, and I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I want to get too more involved in Ark, though. It's not about the dinosaurs with Ark 2, by the way. It's about the building. Because you could build wherever, however, you just have, like, a height limit, but the height limit is ridiculous. The only connection between Steve, Valve, and Microsoft. Oh, okay. Yeah, crossplay, that's another thing I don't understand. Like, it's all one internet. Just let everyone play with everyone else. But I get it because PC has unfair advantage with mods versus PlayStation. So I get that. But Ark is play across all the systems. You know? The world I was in, people who play on Xbox or PlayStation can join that world. You know, it's all crossplay. That's what we looked for in games. Because we had friends who had the other system. You know, I was a PlayStation person. I never thought I'd be PC or Xbox. I didn't like the Xbox. I had the Xbox 360. I had the Xbox One. And they weren't, I don't know, the interfaces weren't as good. They just, I don't know, it was like they were trying too many new things all at once. Plus the controller, my hands aren't as big as, you know, other people's, so the controller was massive in my hand. It felt like holding an old Dreamcast. I've never played Minecraft, gosh. Never. And when Minecraft was the thing, I was probably playing something else. You know, like, probably Grand Theft Auto, to be honest. But, I like the system in Ark because it's not, they don't punish you. It's hard to build stuff, but it's not like grindy hard. Like, I had to make adobe walls because I'm in a desert world. And to get the adobe, you have to make clay. And making clay, it's not a straightforward process, but it's not hard. It's like this. It just takes time, you know, and but unlike this, like I can make, let's say I make 300 bottles today. I fill it with wine, and then I sell it to Harry. It's gone. It's gone. I can't see it anymore. It's done. Whatever I build in Ark is there. Like I can go back into Ark, and I'm gonna mess with that house. The house right now is a basic square building. I just have to do some work on it. Sony is mad about the new Xbox. It will have Steam on it. Yeah, well, you know what, Sony? Get with the times. You know, the one thing I hated about the PlayStation 5, one of the biggest complaints, they took away the internet. Like, you can't, there's no internet browser. And it's like, I never got that decision. Why? Why take the internet off of it? Of all things. People were watching porn with it. That was the answer given, by the way. On the PS4, the internet was mostly used to watch adult content. And it's like, so? Put parental controls. I couldn't manage the PS controllers because my hands were so big, so was Xbox player. I use the PlayStation 5 DualSense for my controller. It's a lava red. And on Black Friday last year, we bought another controller for the PS5, brand new one. It's still sitting back there in the box. I've never opened it. I'm waiting for this one to break. I mean, I'll never be at first when like PS2 or PS3, whenever the Xbox came out, I was one of those console people, you know? Oh, you shouldn't get the Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Now, hey, you know, it is what it is. Having Steam on it, though, that is a good thing, right? That is a good thing because it opens up so much more. If Steam would offer the sales that Xbox and Sony offer, and, you know, no online membership, no PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, they would dominate the market. But Steam wants full price for everything for as long as they possibly can. Whereas, you know, Sony will drop 50% off a month into the game. Xbox Live will release it for free if you have the premium pack. Comes down to a lot of it, maintenance costs too. You don't have to update a PlayStation or an Xbox. You just go buy the latest model when it comes out. A PC, you know, sometimes you gotta constantly upgrade it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. PlayStation is killing Xbox. PlayStation and Nintendo they are basically looking at the corpse of Xbox right now. I'm dead. I don't know. I can drink water pretty fast. Let's see. Let's see if I die or if I think I'll. I don't know. This is gonna be close. This will be very close. No, I'm gonna get it. Woo! I forgot to drink the water. I'm at 5% health. I use my PS3 for Netflix. Yeah. I got rid of all the systems. Like I would trade them in to get the new one. I'd keep the games because they, you know, most of them are backwards compatible. I'm just gonna go get what couple of. Oh, I have a bandage, don't I? Yeah, I have one. Oh, I can make 2 more. But I always would train. I'd always trade in my systems to get the new one. I remember, what was it, Xbox originally? Or Xbox, like the 360, they said you're not going to be able to play your backward compatible games. And then they said it about the PS4. And people caused such a fit that they had to go back. Or they weren't going to have the discs anymore. You'd have to go straight digital. Which is funny, too, because I bought the physical disc PS5. Yet I don't own a single physical PS5 game. They'll play Windows games? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's an old game, right? They're remaking all these games. There's an old PS1 game, PlayStation 1, that it was a sci-fi horror. But it's not really horror. It's more like they tried to make it horror, but the horror aspect never really comes into it. Like they want the villains to be scary. But it's not, but it's called Galarian. And I want them to remake that. I think that would go over very big today. There was 2 games. I played the first one. I didn't really care for the second one. But the first one had a good, like, it's just a weird story. The problem was, though, it involved children. Like, you played as a 12, 13-year-old boy. And nowadays, they're so concerned that they would never put that game out. Basically, you woke up in a lab and you had psychic powers and you had to use your powers to fight off bad guys. And it was just interesting how they did it. But you did actually have to take drugs to do it. That's why they couldn't do it today. But MTV made a whole, like, CGI, early 2000s CGI movie about it. And the soundtrack was probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time. Remember when MTV used to make movies? They'd, like, take foreign films and then make them movies? Look up Volcano High. The original and the MTV movie, the MTV movie is so bad, it's good. I used to watch a lot of movies with my brother. Not a hardware issue. Yeah, backwards compatibility, though, that should be the first thing. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing. You know, that shouldn't even be like, whoever goes, well, how about we make them have to buy the game again? You know what? Screw you. I should be able to play Grand Theft Auto, the PS3 Grand Theft Auto, in my PS5. Well, maybe that might be a stretch. That might be a stretch. But you see what I mean? Like, I should be able to play a PlayStation 1 game. You know, I'm sitting here thinking of having graphics like this. No, it wouldn't have graphics. Remember the PS3 graphics or the Xbox graphics, the original GTA 5? Ooh, they were grainy. See, when GTA 6 comes out, I'm not even playing it for the first month. I'll probably buy it. I'll install it. But I remember I was one of those day one GTA 5 people who, like, for the first month, you had to start over every single time on online. You were lucky if you logged in and your character was still there. There was so many server issues, so many bugs, that I like to wait a couple of days or maybe a week or 2 into it before trying it, so that way they can patch out the stuff. I'm not a console guy, always a PC, but I accidentally got a Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn was not a bad system. It just came out against the Nintendo 64, and it had no games for it. Like, the games it had were not good. Like, I'm trying to think, there was only 2 games for the Sega Saturn I actually played. And they weren't, like, they were, okay, you know, But yeah, when Nintendo 64 came out, it destroyed everything. It even destroyed its own stuff. Like, it destroyed the Game Boys, the Virtual Boy, all of that. It just destroyed it. GTA 5 online waiting? Yep, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right, Katana. I guess you're right. I mean, they gotta get paid some way, but All right, I'm done. I am done. This is excruciating now. These Thursday? Trying to think. I have something to do tomorrow, but it's tomorrow night. So. This thing is not gonna like me on this dirt road. It might though. Let's see. You just gotta know how to drive. If you know how to drive on the off-road, like this turn right here, you gotta slow down for it. If you try taking it fast, you'll spin out. Like this. Okay? Took it too fast. I remember a Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog, yep. I think the Sega, when my father bought us the Sega for Christmas, it had Sonic 2. I don't think I ever had Sonic 1. I'm trying to think of a game. There was a game. My brother must have played it every day for like 5 hours trying to get past it and beat it. And I don't think he ever did. I can't remember the name of it. It was a weird game. Like you start out in the jungle, and to get to the city, you had to jump in a hole. Like, I guess everyone lived underground. I was like, okay. And then one of the levels, you had to join a game show, like a Running Man type game show. And I'm just like, why are you doing all this? Try Sonic 2, yep. Soundtrack. Go look up. People have done those and they've remastered them with modern stuff. Like, I catch myself sometimes whistling the Super Mario theme. From I'll think Super Mario 2. Not 1 or 3, but 2. The first world theme. Sometimes I'll just catch myself whistling it because I heard it so much. Yep. See, if I had a critique about the server, right? Like HTK was the one who sent it out. I'm not trying to name drop him, but they're trying to help, right? They're trying to get people to see what's wrong. Is that there's not much to do. Not a lot of people on. But that's my own doing too, see? There's the thing. That's also my own doing. There's plenty of stuff I could be doing. I just don't think about it, or I've done it so much that I just like, I don't want to do it. I could do trash right now. You know? Easy. I just am like, I did trash. 1.8, that's all I did. I've been doing the Bower Castle one. Yep. My father did not like video games, but he liked Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. He did like those. But see, if you come right back here, like there's bags galore, but you have 5 dumpsters right here. That's 25. You have 5 dumpsters right here. That's 50. And then you have 10 dumpsters over here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one block, you can do the entire trash run. Like half a block. So that's where people should be coming to do trash. Instead of going down Grove Street, going back around, behind it, all of that. They can just come over here. 4 people, 10 minutes, you're done. Because everything's so compact. And I don't see how that could be power dating because we didn't do that. That's been there. Some people might say, oh, it's supposed to take you longer. Well, you know, we didn't put those trash cans there. Homeless HOA? Yeah. Somebody was playing Super Mario World. And they were like, Bowser's right in this one, y'all. Like, Bowser's right. Mario came and he's destroying all of his properties. He's sending it, he's destroying all of his castles. And he's endangering his children. He was right to fight Mario. It's just weird when you come from that angle that you realize even though Bowser did kidnap Peach at first, Mario did a lot more damage to the Mushroom Kingdom in that game than Bowser did. What the guys, his joke was he lowered home values, stuff like that. He just kept making jokes. I thought about making another mural in art for my friend. I don't know. I don't know who I would do, though. It's not hard to do them. It takes time collecting the materials, but other than that, I mean, it's not hard. You gotta paint it. You gotta build it, then you gotta paint it. The Lara Croft one is still there. The one that's gone is the Ken and Ryu. I just saw the garage. I have pictures of it, though. Like, I found old pictures of the Ken and Ryu mural we built in Hark. The Mega Man one is still there. I need to go check in the hospital. I forgot that I was low on life. I have a cousin who had played Duck Hunt, Super Mario. Played every time I went over. Yep. See, the racing, I like that idea. But it's finding people who want to do it. You have, like, in the afternoons, no problem. But right now, you're not going to find a lot. Like, right now, I'm surprised every business isn't open. Because people could just sit there and make money. You know, like the restaurant and the mechanic, nobody's coming to them this morning. They could just sit there and get paid. I could post them. I guess I could try, but I'd have to get pictures of the Mega Man and the Lara Croft one. The Lara Croft one I kind of want to redo. I don't like I never really cared for how it came out. I'd like to try to do it again. I would just take the old one down and then redo it. I'd just have to remake the dies. But, trying to figure out how I could. You know what? I do know how I can do it. You have to give me a few minutes to figure out exactly. What I could do is, post it on the image site I use and then put it in my phone. Kinda like the way I have this, picture right here. Of my comic book. I'd have to send it there. I'd have to put it in my PC, upload it through my PC, and then put it on. I'm gonna write that down on my list. Alright, I put it on my list. I need to touch up the Mega Man one, though. The paint fades over time, and it's been a year. So I kind of need to touch up. Some of the light blues are now white, and some of the dark blues are now light blue. That's, I think, why I don't like the Lara Croft one, because it doesn't look right. And they're all done in, like, the Mario style, the pixels. Like the original Mario, that's how they all look. It's not like, modern day Lara Croft, no. It'd be like an 8-bit Super Mario version of Lara Croft. There is nobody. I wish it was still there, because I could take you to the world and be like, here it is, boom. But the only one standing that I repainted the Mario one. When I showed it to y'all, I remember I told y'all I was repairing all the bases. I repaired that one. But I'm just now getting into one of my worlds is gone. The world I was in that I built like the immaculate end-all base, it's gone. Everything's gone. Our tribe just picked up and left that world and never went back. Which sucks because it had my alligator army there, and they're gone now. I have to rebuild them. Okay, I need to get across the street. I'm gonna go make stuff. I'm gonna go pull my, I can make them here, honestly. I don't need to go to Sandy. I can make it right. I can make it right here in this building. GoldenEye? Yeah. I remember that. I never played it, but I remember the buzz. Everyone. GoldenEye 64 was like the greatest game ever, and I'm like, nah. I never really cared for James Bond. They could just do it right here. Nobody will come in here. That's not what I wanted to do. All you gotta do, yep, see, make sure that door closes. Nobody will come in here. Unless they're meta. Every time I come here, though, I run the risk. Alright, come on, there we go. So I have 300. You know what? That's fine. That's 10 battery cells. And then I have 2, 3, 4, 500 rock. Unfortunately, I cannot get the oil because I would wait. You gotta do rocks in like 300. One break. And this should take 5 minutes. I think it takes 5 minutes for all this. Yeah, 5 minutes. Now let's get the oil. Alright, if I can hold 15 times 5, no, it's not. I'm already at 32 pounds. Plus the box itself. You gotta take in, you can't like... I mean, I guess I could drop the oil. If I put... No, it's gonna put it back in the box. Or did it? Yeah, it did. Yeah, it put it up here. Okay, so if I do this... Then I do this. I'm trying something here. Then I do this, and we put this on the ground. Then get the box back out. Open it up. Up. Oh, I gotta move because that oil's there. Move over here. Open the box. Put these rocks up because I don't need these rocks. But see, I still have. Yeah, still, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're gonna put this back over here. We're gonna unlock the truck. Put this back. Lock the truck. Pick up this oil. And the truck is locked. Just had my second cup. Man, y'all are coffee people, aren't y'all? I tried playing GoldenEye again. Felt a bit weird after so long. You know, the whole thing is that the Nintendo 64 controller just was... It was an odd design choice. Like, it looked like made for someone who had 3 hands. See, if I did 300 rocks, that's like 30 minutes. I don't know if I want to do 30 minutes here. I could do the coal. I still need to talk to him about why I can't put the drill down in my farm. That makes no sense. I understand people were putting tables down in the chop shops. I get that. That's a little overpowered. You know, you just buy the chop shop for 100K, put all your tables and just run out of that. Okay, but I own a farm. I use these for farm, you know, stuff. So let's see, if I wanted to use these. Okay, but no, come back. So I want to make a gold ring. It's going to take a gold plate and a battery. Okay? Then it would take gold ring, gold wire, battery, and amethyst. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know about that, JV. I don't know about that. Go look up Atari Jaguar controller. That thing should have been classified as a weapon. It had a telephone pad on it. If you think the Xbox controllers, the original Xbox controllers, were humongous, or the original Dreamcast controllers, go look at the Atari Jaguar. I had one, and I had 2 games for it, and I could hardly play them. It did have... The Atari Jaguar had a game, Aliens vs. Predator. My God, my brother. He practically went through like 2 controllers. He played so much. My brother was a gamer. Like, I am not a gamer. I am, but I'm not. So let's see. Hold on. I need to see that actually. See, JV, the F word I don't really like. You can use it. Because it should be 18 and over chat. But I like that he said that, y'all, because I turned that thing off and I want to make sure it was off. So it is. Yeah, the F and the S word. Yeah, exactly. The F and the S word I asked not to use. Because I don't want, I know we all know children watch these. You've been playing games since Coleco, you got it on me then. My first, when I was old enough to know what I was doing with video games, probably would have been like the Sega CD. Which I played Sega CD. I played Echo the Dolphin. I played that a lot. Nope. I can't take that coal because I'm overweight. See? I didn't think this one through, did I? Let me put this up so it's up. See, I didn't think this through. Now I gotta take the box out, put everything back in it. I can't actually. Honestly, I would rather have the coal than the rocks. In case someone comes in here. I don't want them seeing a bag. I'd rather them see a box of rocks instead of a box of refined coal. But I'm gonna have to drop one of these to even get the box out. So, yep. Come on. There we go. Now I have to move away because if I don't, it'll put up the trunk or the thing. Alright, so let's drop the coal in here. We'll drop the rocks back in. We'll do the rocks eventually. I don't know. I'm not feeling it this morning. Another thing is, I guess, would be Aliens vs. Predator, RoboCop, Terminator. I don't know, that's weird. I don't see the RoboCop even surviving Terminator. I mean, because RoboCop can still be killed, but Terminators can't. I mean, it takes a lot to kill a Terminator. It doesn't take a lot to kill RoboCop. RoboCop has the Batman problem, right? Armored up to hell and back, but just shoot him in the mouth. Batman, just shoot him in the mouth. There's no armor. And how people can't figure out that it's Bruce Wayne. That, I never understood that either. The only person in Gotham that could afford to be Batman would be the richest man in the city. How did a teenager find out, you know? Tim Drake was a Robin. He found out Batman was Bruce Wayne. Like, he's 17, or he was 16. You're telling me Commissioner Gordon is not a good enough cop to figure this out? Follow the money. And how every single time they fought, Batman beat Superman, there's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry, that's, no, not time to plan Batman, I don't care. He's not beating Superman. Like the movie, you know? There's no way. Superman, he could just, I'm in space, I'll just shoot you with a laser. Done. Next movie. I get they do it because they need, you know, I get why they do it, but... You know, and comics are an escape. You know, I get that too. But, I mean, the fans, I go on Reddit, and I look at all kind of stuff. You know? And everybody's like, Batman can beat up, Galactus. It's like, I hate to tell y'all this, Galactus is just gonna step on him. You know, Batman can beat the Fantastic Four easily, and it's like, you're going against the smartest person. You know? They have money too, you know? Yeah, Superman, you just... Well, I mean, in all honesty, it was The Flash that I think, the TV show, where anytime he would meet people he would know, he would shake so fast they couldn't make out his face. That I can see actually viable. He can change the voice, because when he's vibrating, the voice is different. But you're right, Superman, he doesn't even change his voice. At least Batman, that's the one complaint I had about Christian Bale. His throaty Batman voice just sounded like he was hoarse, like he was trying to talk with a sore throat. Good morning, everyone. Galactus. I liked the new Fantastic Four movie. I didn't think it was that bad. They've gotten better. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were pretty good movies. They've had a couple of bad ones lately. Alright, let's get this coal out of here. Everybody, give me a second. I gotta go do something real quickly. Give me 10, 20 seconds. Have a good day, Katana. Have a day? Yeah, I think we're all having a day. But thank you for stopping by. Okay. I was like, what am I doing here? I'm gonna ask him, though, today. I need to... You know what? Let me write that down on my list, too. Drill in farm. I keep pushing the wrong button. So I have enough. When I get the sand, I'll have enough. So what I'm gonna do is probably go get 500 bottles. And just make a 500 wine run, which is 250. Or no. 10, 50. Yeah, 250, yeah. I'm tempted to just stop selling, like not sell, until I have $1 million. 2,000 bottles of wine. Just not sell. Just take the time and make it. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. Oop, wrong button. Nope, that's not it either. There we go. I'm all frazzled and discombobulated. Sorry. Like, they can only hold 300 oil. I think that's what's holding me back from doing more. Yeah. And I locked it when I needed to unlock it. There we go. That's 300. I locked it again when I didn't need to lock it. I need to get the drill out. I might bring up to make sand on the drill that way. Because if I don't need oil, that's what everybody needs oil for, is for this drill. If we could use the battery cells, I would just use the battery cells. And here we go. Bust this button. I use my left hand to click this because I can click it a lot faster. I don't know why, but for some reason my left hand. I'm left-handed, so maybe that has something to do with it. You just can't enter the input. You gotta do it this way. This is gonna take... Oh, I don't have enough rock? What? How many rocks did I pay? I have 299. Look at that. Nope. There we go. I had 299 rocks. Boy, they want to just add insult to injury, don't they? Keep pushing Q instead of the tab. Tab is open. That's how I have it open the trunk. Now I gotta enter 300 again, don't I? See? I liked Smallville. Chris, I liked Smallville. I thought it was a good show. And to find out what happened to its cast members, wow. One of them went to jail for running a sex cult. Like, well, to the people, you know, you're like, what? But I like Smallville. I thought that was a good show. The other one, I like The Flash, the first couple of seasons. I never saw Teen Titans, though. I never watched that one. They had an old TV show, Birds of Prey. It was set in the future where, like, Batman's daughter with Catwoman was running around with, like, some psychic girl, and Harley Quinn was the bad guy. It was some weird show, but I thought it wasn't bad. Hi, Aggie. See, Aggie knew my friend. Aggie probably remembers my friend talking in Lolly's chats. Aggie's been around for a long time. I remember seeing him in Lolly's chats. I mean, he has Lolly in the name, so... But Aggie probably remembers Kay Springfield. Green Arrow was good. You know, it was one of those that it came on when something else I watched, and it's one I wanted to watch, but over time, I wanted to watch the Legends of Tomorrow, Like, I wanted to get into the whole DC thing, but then real life came on. You know, things happened in real life, and you just gotta grit and bear. No, this was a year ago, Aggie. She passed away, March 12th. So, you have last year. So yeah, this was a while. DC Legends, yep. I liked the Marvel Netflix shows. I liked Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Defenders. I thought they were good shows. I don't get what everybody's complaints were. The Daredevil was really good. I haven't seen the new one, though. I do want to watch the Disney one. But Marvel, probably WandaVision, has been my favorite show. I like the Scarlet Witch, though. I've always liked her as a character. Yeah, I have Disney Plus. I got it on Black Friday. Black Friday is when you get all of your streaming services. Like, I got Disney, Hulu for I think $5 a month. Netflix I got for no, Netflix we didn't get to stay on. Paramount Plus we got free for the year. We got Walmart Plus, and it came with a free subscription to Paramount Plus the entire year for $50 instead of $140, which is what it would normally cost. And there's another one. I don't know. Peacock, that's it. And I'm thinking about getting the YouTube Premium. I don't know yet. I don't need it to stream, but it is getting annoying with, like, when I watch the 6 Feet Under podcast, and it's like there's a commercial every 2 minutes now. Venom has always been mine, and I just popping in for a few while I'm on a break. On what I'm doing. Venom. I like the Venom movies. I never saw the third one, but I thought Woody Harrelson played Carnage very good. Like, he was menacing. Okay, I'm good on water, food. Yeah, I can leave and not worry about coming back. Is this... Do I have my other outfit bag? I don't think my outfit bag's in here. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. Well, it might be in the back. I know I have 2 things in the back. It is. I need to go through all of these. Oh, is this empty? Hold on. I have an outfit bag in here. Oh, it's empty. Okay. So that's not going to go back in there. That's going to go in my regular outfit bag. And the empty ones I put at the bottom. I think this might be empty. Yeah, that's empty. Okay. So I'm sure this one's probably empty too. This one is not. This bag's almost full. The Twisted Metal one. I watched the first episode. I watched the first 2 episodes. And then something else came on, and I just kind of never got back into it. But the only TV show lately that I've watched, like, I watched Starfleet Academy. I watched the whole thing of that. I didn't think it was that bad. I watched Fallout Season 1 and 2. There's a couple of things that I've watched fully, but a couple of things I haven't. Okay, so. $18 minutes and 42 seconds. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta get up and make coffee for my patient. Hello, Albert. Have a good day at work. The Twisted Metal games are the best. My wife grew up playing Twisted Metal 2 with her stepdad. So she loves the Twisted Metal series. She's watched the TV show. All right, I still have 16 minutes. Ugh. Fallout, the only thing was the gulper from season 1. Didn't look like the ones from 76. That was like the only critique I had, and even that wasn't really like something I cared about. You know, it wasn't like, oh, they did blah blah. It still was good. But that was like the only thing. The gulper was that little monster that had like the acid mouth and looked like it had a bunch of fingers. But maybe it wasn't supposed to be a gulper. Maybe it was called something else. I don't know. But even then, you know, that's very little. That wasn't a big thing. I played Twisted Metal 2 and 3, I think. I like being a hot pursuit. It was the officer car. And I think I might have had it for PSP. My brother gave me his PSP when he was done with it with all the games. But I don't know if I ever played it. I still have that PSP somewhere. Probably in my storage shed. Do you remember the game I used to play? Valkyrie Profile, lady? I don't know. Valkyrie Project? See, this is the problem, another problem with making the glass. You just sit here. Like, I can't leave because if somebody comes, they're gonna take my drill. But, you know, it's just blah. So imagine you're just doing this with nothing. You know, no one to talk to, nothing. You're just sitting here doing this. And that's what all of the farmers have to do when we make glass now, is just sit here. That's why I want it on the advanced drill, because it would go by faster. Twisted Metal Black and Head On was fun on the PS2. I played the PS1. Yeah, I played 2 and 3. PS1 and 2 were when I found out what games I liked. Like, I was trying all kind of like RPGs, JRPGs, fighting games. I was good. If you get bored, a bunch of YouTubers have made crazy playthroughs. Have psychotics for Fallout 3, yeah. But, I was good at fighting games. I just didn't, like... I have brothers, and we all, like, had that mentality, the W mentality growing up. So, I get very into fighting games. And so, I decided not to play them because the competitive side of us was not conducive to that. So I'm not a fighting games person. That's why I'm not PvP as well. Because it's the same thing. Like, I've seen so many videos of, you know, the video game fails where the guy comes in second place at Fortnite and just, like, destroys his entire room. Or the guy that gets the sword out and just starts slashing everything. And I'm like, wow. You know, he broke his monitor. He took a sword, stabbed his monitor, like smashed his monitor with it, broke the sword all over the place. And I'm just like, you just probably $300-400, $500 probably gone. Because you got mad at a game. Yes. Tekken and Smash. Yes. Smash and Mario Kart, in my opinion, will destroy friendships. I like Smash Brothers too. I had it for, I think the GameCube one, Melee maybe? But I played it at I'd go to the GameStop and they'd have the demo set up way back in the day when the Wii first came out. I played that one. But I like Smash because it wasn't bloody. It wasn't, it was just fun. But yeah, then I saw people go watch those old video game fails from like the 2015, 16, 17s, and those people are just like rabid. They're so mad. And I'm like, when I saw the guy, he was at a internet cafe, and he kicked the monitor, like I'm talking about Spartan kicked the monitor, knocked the entire table down, broke all the computers, all the monitors, and then ran out, running, ran, and it's just like, I can't, that's too mad. Final Fantasy and Far Cry on the PS2, loved it. PS1 was me and a friend, Link to, yeah. I remember my first 2 games for the PlayStation. I got it for Christmas. And I got Final Fantasy VII and Tomb Raider 2. I must have played Tomb Raider 2 so much. I liked Final Fantasy VII. I thought 8 was better. But, I just think I like Squall. But, I don't know, 8 had a weird storyline, and I liked games that had weird storylines at the time. But my favorite Final Fantasy is X and X2. The stories, it's just such, even X2, the stories are great, in my opinion. A lot of people will make fun of me when I say X2 is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. But, I mean, I liked it. It was different. They tried something, and I liked that. I thought it was good. Ooh. But yeah, no, go look up some of them fail videos if you want to be like, I mean, they got a guy, he streams and he does it for the reaction. I know y'all probably know who Queso is, and he gets the reactions. He only reacts to the ones he wants to, but there was a guy that would play Call of Duty and he would get so mad. Like, I mean, you could see his face look like it was about to explode. And I was just like, I can't do that. I'd have a heart attack. Couldn't do it. I need to figure out, I got a picture of a house that I kind of want to try to build in art. And I thought, okay, the house I built yesterday was going to be, I wanted to somehow represent this house. It looks nothing like this. It is, like, picture the exact, picture, it's like a square house in the picture, but I built a triangle house, right? I don't know how to do it, and I think I see how to do it now. I think I see where I messed up. Ooh, that could work. That could definitely work. See, like, me and my friend, we were very big on housing, like, designs, all that, architecture. We lived in New Orleans, so the French architecture, someday the churches, the cathedrals down there were amazing. How they built, just aesthetics, and that's what we got into. I was terrible at Smash and played it a lot. All I did, Kirby, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, that I used to, what was it? Kirby, if you swallowed Pikachu. When a Kirby with a Pikachu power was just ridiculously overpowered. Well, one of my friends, he did that too. He would eat people, but right before he fell off the map, he'd have like one jump left. He'd spit them out and then jump up. And they would die. He wouldn't. Hey, a win is a win sometimes. Sometimes a win is a win. 6 minutes. And then remember, I have to do another 200 sand. After this, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to subject y'all to me just standing here for 25 minutes or more than that. I could have put it up and went and did something. But let's see. As of right now, there is now... Let me refresh this. Okay, it's telling me that the server is offline. No, there's 12 people in the city right now. Kirby Mechanics was... You know, who was the broken character? They had one character that was just, I mean, broken. I want to say it was Ness. He had a move where all he would do is pull out a baseball bat, and if he... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jigglypuff. That's who it was. Jigglypuff. A lot of people be like, Jigglypuff. You would, you sing, put them to sleep, jump into them. You know how you merge for a second? And then if you did rest, where she goes to sleep, it was an instant knockout. Like, instant. You went flying off the map. There was nothing you could do. So the people would just use sing instantly and then knock them out instantly and just rinse and repeat. That was the whole fight. It was ridiculously overpowered. Okay, 4 minutes left. Like, I'm looking at this house. It's an Adobe style. It's a fake house, right? It's not a real house. You can definitely tell it's AI'd or miniature. But I think it'd be doable. The problem is all I have is a front view. When we built our cathedral, we built it off of a place that semi-exists. Like, we loosely based it off of a real cathedral. So we had pictures of the front, the back, the sides. This is just a picture of the front. But I think I can do it. Looking at it like this. Donkey Kong, yeah. I played as Samus. That's who I played as. Metroid. And then... in Mario Kart, I had the Wii Mario Kart. You know, I would just, everybody was fighting, always, my brothers were always fighting over who was going to be Toad. But I was Rosalia. Like, I can't wait for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I love Rosalia. Alright, 3 minutes. This is why I do most of this. Most of the time I do this off stream because this is what I do. I'll put on YouTube, I'll put on Paramount or something, and I'll just sit here and I'll pull my lawn chair out. Lawn chair too. And I'll just sit here like this and then watch a video. But, so y'all are getting this is why, by the way. This is part of the why that it's just, Redline is kind of burning me out on mining, because this is part of it. Just sitting around for half an hour, doing nothing. But, like I said, all of this is my problem, right? This is not a Redline problem. This is something I'm getting burnt out on. Hi, Michael. Mike Johnson. How you doing? Mike L. Johnson. But it's the burnout is for the mining, the making the bottles, all of that. But, you know, it's one of those things that I gotta do it. That's why if they let me put this in the farm, I'd do it in my farm, and I'd have no problem doing it. Kirby and Mario, yep. I remember I watched the trailer for, if you want to see one of the best video game trailers, in my opinion, was when they announced Sephiroth for Super Smash Brothers. The announcement trailer for him was amazing. And I watch the reaction videos too to the streamers, which realize that these streamers you're watching when they react to these videos, it's an over exaggeration. What is the conversion ratio? One, when we say months, so say Arya or say Sierra gets sentenced to 40 months, it's 40 minutes. So the conversion rate every 1 month is 1 minute. There's always crime. There is, but no, there's not. There's no cops on. Oh, not Holmes. See, there's no cops on, so there is no crime. Eventually that will be fixed. There was times in Redline in 1.8, like during the heyday before they announced, like last year at this time, there were times where there would not be cops on in the morning, but it was very rare. And that's because they had so many cops. So as more cops get hired on, that problem will go away. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. But see, now here's the thing. Like, okay, that's done, right? Well, it's going to take another 25 minutes to make 300 glass. So that, like, if there was a way to, like, make it faster, like, the smelting should take the same time, but we should be able to make sand on the advanced drill, and just, like, it's faster. But see, now I have to make that. So you saw I made coal, I made sand, and I have to make glass, but it just takes like an hour to do it all. And I'm not going to sit here for an hour screaming, oh, that's not what I want to do. Pick up that box. I do not want to drop that box. Oh, whoops. I don't need this. I don't... Sorry. My mind is not minding right. But they have a cool free PD apartment. Yeah, I saw those. But, like, I was about to say something. On now. Like, I could take this to the foundry. I can make 500 sand, 500 coal. I could take it to the foundry, tell them buy me a glass machine, put it in and make the glass there. And it would take me 7 hours. I did the math. It would take 7 hours to make 500 or 300 glass bottles. Or it takes me 25 minutes in the smelter. That's another problem with the foundries I see. Is that it takes so long to do it at the foundry. When you have the drills, it's so much faster. So yeah, I broke the 4 million mark on the farm. Got 100. I wonder what I sold. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what I sold. Let's see. They got pork, chicken, bacon, full vodka, patty, brioche. Okay, so if they need anything, I could probably get it. They need to put bacon. Oh, you put 90. Good. They've been asking me for like 60 and 70 bacon. He's only had 50. All right. Well, everything. I haven't checked. Let's see. The farms are good. Bell pepper farm. You know, it's a bell pepper farm can go down. I don't need bell peppers. Bell peppers is like a once every other month. Potatoes and red wine, I need those pretty often. Onion, I don't really need to repair the onion farm. Alright, and the machines. And then, after I turn that sand into glass, I then have to wait for it here to be made into bottles. So probably it's maybe a 5-hour thing to fully get everything done. So where I can make my first bottle of alcohol. That's why it's burning me out a little bit. Because I'm just sitting here. I know I told y'all last time that I was thinking about going full on farm. I'm really considering just going full on alcohol. Telling everyone, yep, you gotta get it from someone else. and just money, 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 money. I don't want to be like that, but, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think I'm going to do that. I just don't. I know if I'm complaining about making this little bit, and if I went full on, I'd have to make like 2,000 bottles a day. No, thank you. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd just strictly be at the mine. That's it, me and my entire day. I wouldn't be able to lawyer. I wouldn't be able to farm. I would just strictly be at the mine all day. That would be my whole entire existence. Okay. My farms are repaired. My machines are good. I'll make that glass later today. I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with all y'all here. I'm trying to be honest with y'all. When I stop streaming today, I guaranteeingly am going to log out of Redline and not come back for the rest of the day. I guaranteeingly will go to ARC and try to fix this house. I'm not going to lie to any of y'all. That's not true, though. There is a point that I will, if I see, I do need to talk to Harry Wolfenstein today. I do need to do that, so I do need to wait for him to come into the city. I've been putting it off, but I do need to talk to him. You know what? We're going to make an appointment. We're going to make an appointment to talk to Harry Wolfenstein. I want to catch him when he's not streaming, though, because I kind of want to go over what the mayor does. Because I'm seriously thinking about running for mayor, like actually putting effort in to win. Not just running to say I would want that, hey, I ran for governor or mayor, but I'm actually want to try to win. But I want to know what's involved. Besides just, paychecks and car prices and all that. I want to know, like, the back end stuff. I would need a mayor and a deputy mayor. I don't know who the deputy mayor would be. That's my problem. But I want to understand what the governor does. City Hall. This is just this, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if they take my lawyer pass, if I buy more and put them in a truck, would I be able to keep those if they took it? Like, say Bucket had like 3 lawyer passes. And they took 1, and 2 were in a car, but he still have... I don't think he could use them, though. That's the thing. I don't think they can use it. Is there a notepad up here? I guess it's in the city. Yeah, they have a place where you can actually make a meeting at City Hall in the city. You know what? There's no ambulance on. I was going to go take the trust test, but there's no ambulance on, and I don't feel like waiting another 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, well, all the farms are now doing alcohol. So it's only a matter of time before he starts wanting to pay us less, which isn't fair because I know what he's getting paid for it. He's making a killing off of us. But what's going to happen is someone's going to do that. They're going to go full on farm. They're just going to sit there at the mine for like a month, and then they're going to have millions upon millions of dollars, and the economy is going to have to take into account. So the more alcohol we make, the less he should be paying for it, to be honest. Like, if he paid 25, if he said, I can only pay y'all 25,000 now instead of 50, it would be because we all have made so much. But I would be like, I would be the only one. I'd be like, you told me how much you sell this for. I'm not giving it to you for 15%. No. Give me 1 second. I gotta take something out the oven. Okay, I'm back for like 5 minutes. No, 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 no. It won't work that way, little Bill. It won't work that way. That would cause so many problems. That would cause so many. You equals all farmers. I toot my own horn because I know the most, but that's because I spent the most time doing it. Like I did it when it wasn't popular to do it. I did it when everyone else was selling their farms because they were putting millions in and not making anything back. But I liked the RP aspect of the farm. So like delivering the food, yes. Selling the alcohol, yes. But the general I own a farm, people know me as a farmer. I like that aspect of it as well. Like I could have, if I would have just went full out and just started making alcohol when it first came in, I could own every boat. I'd own most every car. You know, I could have made millions of dollars. But I chose to go slower so that, you know, not so others could catch up. That's not what I mean, but so that it wouldn't destroy everything. Because, I mean, like I said, in one day, see how the back end's going like that? See, it gets stuck like that. If I don't have all-wheel drive, it'll get stuck. But since I have all-wheel drive, I drive until I get out of that pit. If I didn't have all-wheel, I'd be stuck right there. Because the back wheels would just spin doing nothing. I'm not driving good right now, though. But I like having the farm. It's kind of the RP that I wanted to do this time around. You know, not just business owner. I'm not trying to be a bad boss, bitch, whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I just wanted to have my own little area where I could do my own little thing and talk to people and provide a service. I forgot how I do this, but there is a way I can make an appointment with him. I think I might have to do it on the website. I don't think I had to come here. Seeing if I hear voices. Sometimes Murphy's in the morning doing stuff. There's a couple of times I've come in here to sign in, and I hear him talking, and he's talking to himself. And I think he's just, like, tuning up to start streaming. Like, I think he's just, doing vocal exercises to keep his voice fresh. Because the amount he screams in his server, in his streams, and he doesn't lose his voice, he's got to be doing some kind of practice for that. If I could be animated like them, I would, but my whole setup is in a public area. It's in the common room of the house. So I take into effect, I don't want to have my partner or my patient locked in their rooms while I'm doing this. That's why I try not to curse. That's why I don't scream. Even if I was Sierra getting chased, y'all wouldn't hear me screaming like they do. If I had my own area, maybe, But it is what it is. We make do with what we have. Come on, don't. Okay, good. I mean, this thing's doing 100. So the Sandy Mechanics open, Roxwood Mechanics open, and Legal Services. That's it. And I talked to CJ probably 3 days ago, and he just called Legal Services to see who was on, and he said a lot of people have been telling him that Legal Services haven't been on in the morning. Oh, look who it is. It beat a bucket. Hi, Bucket.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. What you got there, huh?
Empty box, because I'm buying
what
batteries.
What you got there,
finally.
huh? What you got there?
It's
I'm
an
joking.
It's an empty fucking box.
I'm joking. All right.
Oh, man.
I have like 500 batteries.
I mean, you just want to like trade boxes then? Because like mine's empty, yours got the batteries.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I even
Okay.
labeled mine battery. Oh shit! You know what? I'll put this in the van because I don't want them to like get on top of each other. Because sometimes, yeah, that would fucking suck. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, you don't like getting on top of things. I don't believe that.
Here, if you hand me that one, you can go grab the one out of my back called batteries, or the oil box. I mean, they're both empty. Sweet.
And I think I have to share my number so you can send over 60,000.
See, that's the whole thing. He's gonna leave. I don't have anything to talk to Bucket about. That's one thing Arya is not good at small talk. Arya is not good at small talk. And she has nothing to really talk to him about because their business has been conducted. So it is a little bit of a shyness aspect as well I want her to have. Where she feels a little uncomfortable trying to carry a conversation by herself. But uh-oh. I will be honest with y'all. I'm sorry to do it, but I have to end. Something's come up. I gotta take care of it. I thank y'all all for hanging out with me. I'm gonna try to do a longer than normal stream tomorrow to make up for yesterday not having one and today's being short. Let me see. I was hoping Bucket would be online. Bucket, if you're watching, you can have an instant audience. Let's see. No one else is live. I am terribly sorry. I hope y'all all have a really good day. I'm going to try to be back in Redline today, so if y'all are watching other streams, I do have to talk to Harry. No, Wolfenstein. But he hasn't been in the city in a couple of days. He's been playing his other character. But I will talk to all of y'all next time. Y'all have a very good day. And you know what? Let me see something before I do this. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Let's see. Now, I was gonna see if anybody was live doing anything, right? Like, send y'all to somebody who maybe I've met a couple of good streamers, like really good people that have had like 15 or 16 subscribers. And I'm like, they should be the ones with like hundreds. But I don't see any. The only thing I'm getting is like sleep videos because I sleep with it on. I put the relaxing music or the rain videos, and that's all they're giving me. Well, all y'all have a nice day. Thank y'all very much for tuning in, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.